My big break is the obvious one. It was Wonder Woman. It was from 1975 to 79 or 80, something like that. And it was really the first part that I had that was more than a couple of lines.
Why do you so obviously want me here?
To settle an old score.
And at the time, of course, being young and naive, and sometimes it's painful to think of how inexperienced I was. I took it for granted that out of the box I had my own series. And now I realize just how difficult and how lucky I was. I mean, I got cast in it to begin with because I looked so much like the character. I had no experience, and I was really blessed.
The next time you see me, I will be dressed.
I took about 5 years off, and to have my 2 children.
Weren't you afraid that, it's not that they wouldn't let you back in, but in those 5 years, there's a lot of beautiful women that have come. I'm going to say, Lynda Carter.
Yeah, well, what happened to her? Yes, and it did happen to a certain extent, but I, frankly, had no life before I met my husband. I mean, I had a career, I had bookshelves filled with cassettes of all the shows I've done and the specials and the movies, and I had nothing else. And I was sort of burned out. And then I got pregnant, and I really wanted to experience that part of life. It's important to have that kind of substance in your life, and I didn't waste the time. I used the time, as well as having my family, at really getting my work, my method down.
Mom?
I have a great deal of admiration for Hollywood and for Washington. They both have given me a tremendous number of things in terms of my own career and then my life.
Why are we here?
The big difference between the 2 industry towns are that in Washington, the stakes are much higher.
Mark.
In Hollywood, if your film doesn't do so hot, your box office isn't so great, people kind of secretly say, yeah, well, did you hear it bombed? Oh my God, what a turkey, or this or that.
Mark. You Mark.
But they're forgiving. You can come back and do something else. In Washington, when they go after you, they go after you to ruin your life, your reputation, your family, your finances. They run you out of town on a rail. I've had more labels to ward off in my career than I think anyone I know. The girl singer in the band, Miss World USA, then Wonder Woman, you know, the glamorous thing. Miss USA. That all happened by accident. I had been singing on the road for about 2.5 or 3 years, going from Las Vegas lounges to the Borscht Belt. And that was not really what I wanted to do, was to spend the next 10 years in Holiday Inn lounges. And so I went back to Arizona to sort of regroup. I went into a model agency to see if I could earn some extra money, and they were putting on the Arizona portion of the Miss USA contest, and I got in right at the tail end. My mother sort of talked me, you've got to do it before you're too old, you know. And I was, I'm 20 years old. So I entered, and the next week I was Miss Arizona, and 3 weeks after that I was Miss USA.
You gonna be okay?
You know, it actually creates challenges for you. I am who I am, and it just takes some time for people to see it. You know, people very often have a different idea of who I am. I don't know why. I think that the pretty stuff gets in the way, or the larger-than-life character that I'm most famous for has gotten in the way. But I'm not complaining. As my husband said, no one's going to feel sorry for you. How tough it is. Oh, it's, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. As much as I've been through in my life, and I've been through a lot, I think I'm a lucky person. I also think that I create part of that by the choices I've made. But I am lucky. I have some gold dust following me around, or fairy dust or something.